Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Prof. Madya Dr. Masitah binti Ahmad. Today, we will like to present our group project, which is Nestle Malaysia. Before we begin our presentation, I would like to introduce our group members.
My name is IMS Sofia binti Muhammad Asri.
My name is Nurhanisa Faraizani binti Muhammad Nordin.
My name is Nurusha Zwani binti Muhammad Bakri.
My name is Ainul Farha binti Muhammad Fahimi.
Nestle founded in 1866 by Henry Nestle. Nestle is a world's largest food manufacturer headquartered in Switzerland and present in over 100 countries, and the employees is around 276,000 people worldwide. Nestle have 400 active factories in 86 countries and over 6,000 brands and 10,000 products. Nestle also is a world's largest private nutrition research capability based in Switzerland. In Malaysia, Nestle is established in 1912. The head office based in Petaling Jaya, Selangor, and have a 7 factories and 6 sales office. In Malaysia, Nestle is a leading halal food manufacturer. Nestle products have 8 products, which is baby foods, cereals, chocolate and confectionery, drinks, healthcare nutrition, ice cream, pet care, and culinary chill and frozen food.
The vision of Nestle is to be a leading competitive nutrition, health and wellness company, delivering improved shareholder value by being a preferred corporate citizen, preferred employer, preferred supplier selling preferred products. The mission of Nestle is the world's leading nutrition, health and wellness company. Our mission of good food, good life is to provide consumers with the best tasting, most nutritious choices in a wide range of food and beverages, categories and eating occasions from morning to night. Nestle objectives is to manufacture and market the company's products in such a way to create value that can be sustained over the long term for shareholders, employees, consumers and business partners. Next, Nestle does not favor short-term profit at the expense of successful long-term business development. And Nestle continues to maintain its commitment to follow and respect all applicable local laws in each of its markets. Nestle's goal is to unlocking the power of food to enhance quality of life for everyone today and for generations to come.
This is Board of Directors of Company Secretary of Nestle Malaysia. This is Executive Committee of Nestle Malaysia Organizational Chart.
So the function, the first one, financial department, it is responsible for the management of the organization cash flow and ensuring that there are enough funds. The second one is responsible for advising and sourcing longer term financing, and the third one is to prepare the financial reports that can be used for budgeting, forecasting and other decision making process. The second department is human resources. Human resources must be committed to guarantee the employees' well-being, motivation and development within the company. The second one is to supervise the productivity and the performance of the entire team, and the third one is to achieve the objective of Nestle to require competent team of human talent. And the third one is information technology. It is to create the function of the information technology department is to create and maintain the company's website, to provide support to computer users such as installing the new software, repairing hardware problems, troubleshooting problems and more. And lastly is responsible for installing and setting up the computer network. The fourth department is research and development. The function are to conduct a study to support the project of a new product. Secondly, regularly evaluates the products offered by Nestle to ensure they are still functional. And the third one is to handle the quality check on products created by Nestle. And the fourth one is aids the company in staying competitive with other in the industry. And the fifth department is sales. The function of the sales department are to set realistic targets for their team based on the previous performance. And next is understand the sale process from start to finish. And the third one is to evaluate all experiences between Nestle and potential buyers and discover ways to correct challenges and capitalize on possibilities. The sixth department is supply chain and procurement. So the function of supply chain and procurement department is to balancing the cost reduction, supplier efficiency, supply assurance, and gradually unlocking the creativity of manufacturers. The second one is purchase goods, service, or works from external sources. And lastly, to acquire the highest quality commodity of the best possible price from the manufacturers. The seventh department is Technical and Production Department. The function are sets the batch of raw materials and types of machinery and equipment needed to achieve the desired level of production. The second one is planning the tasks to be done along with the production line and assigning the tasks to different manufacturing employees. And the third one is to maintain well the manufacturing machinery and equipment so that the maintenance costs are not routinely incurred by Nestle. And the last department is corporate affairs. It is to ensure that any phase must involve consideration of the effect on stakeholders and the implication for Nestle, whether it is setting corporate strategy or making investment decision, developing goods or planning projects. The second one is to require to have strong and accurate information to strengthen their understanding of the company's problem. And lastly, to implement the analysis-based management methods used in other areas of the company, thereby to gain the trust of the rest of the organization. So next we move on to description of information system available. So according to Britannica, information system is defined as an integrated set of components for data collection, storage and processing, as well as information knowledge and digital products provisioning to carry out and maintain their activities, communicate with their clients and suppliers, and compete in the marketplace. Business firms and other organizations rely on information systems, and there are 6 information systems available at Nestle. The first information system is Global Information System. A Global Information System or GIS database provides information on the location and characteristics of the real world. This ties business located in 2 countries. It is a mechanism in which a person is taxed on income, whether it is received in the country or abroad. So, Global Information System capturing, managing, analyzing and displaying all types of geographically referenced information, and it combines hardware, software and data. The Global Information System helps to display, understand, query, interpret and visualize information in many ways, and in the forms of maps, globes, reports and charts that show relationship, patterns and trends. The second one is Transaction Processing System. Transaction Processing System (TPS) allows the organization to generate timely documentation and reports. TPS also help to minimize costs and offer a competitive advantage to the business. It also helps the organization to market goods and services to the buyers, and TPS consists of a transaction-oriented program hosting computer hardware and software that performs the routine transactions required to conduct business. The third information system is inter-organizational system. Inter-organizational system is vital because it able to know more about the competition and other organization. Nestle extend their expertise or abilities to improve their knowledge and experience in the field or subject matter. Nestle also get to know more people and to get more links to be used for their good in developing their business opportunities, and it will be easier for them to get into jobs and advice from experts if they are linked to more people, and it will be simpler for them to trust and function as a team with individuals as they ever move to another corporation or one of the company's partner. For the fourth information system is enterprise system. Enterprise system are software package that support business processes, data flows, worldwide reporting, and data analytics. The organization ensures that sufficient data management requirements are in place for the enterprise system details. For enterprise system, it integrates all databases around division into a single database that all employees can access. The use of a manufacturing enterprise framework is advantageous to the overall achievement of a company's mission and vision through which it links several networks across the globe monitored by one source. For the fifth information system is Nestle Environmental Management System. A Nestle Environmental Management System (NEMS) has been set up to consolidate all the environmental steps taken by Nestle community. The NEMS is being applied to the entire business. It is preserving the natural resources and reducing waste has now become part of their employees' day-to-day business, and it is an important part of their strategy for achieving global competitiveness. For the last information system is supply chain management. Supply chain management has become increasingly relevant. Its role has changed from being a support department to being the core business department with strategic significance and a role to play in the company's overall operations. No company can sustain in the modern business world without having a well-established, reliable, and effective management of the supply chain. The use of information technology in the case of Nestle operations will help a great deal in the management of the supply chain. Nestle make use of supply chain management instruments in the global supply chain that are supported by latest technologies available, and these tools can incorporate various parts of the supply chain.
This slide will explain about the information system selected in Nestle Malaysia. The selected information system is Environmental Management System (EMS). An environmental management system is a framework that helps an organization accomplish its environmental objective by consistently reviewing, evaluating, and improving its environmental efficiency. The expectation is that this consistent review and evaluation will find opportunities for the organization's environmental performance to be improved and implemented. As part of an organization's plans to enforce its environmental policy and meet government legislation, EMS should be established in accordance with the ISO 14001 standard. The EMS focus on minimizing or removing the negative impacts of its product, service, and operation on the environment and increasing its positive impacts. For Nestle Malaysia, the Nestle Environmental Management System (NEMS) is an essential corporate management tool that consolidates all organizational and technical measures taken by the group to achieve environmentally sound business practice. NEMS further increase environmental awareness and has acted as a strong base for the environmental efficiency to be continuously improved. There are several objectives of NEMS, which are to provide a systematic approach that ensures compliance with Nestle environmental policy, to ensure the continuous improvement of Nestle environmental performance, to achieve compatibility with international voluntary standard on environmental management system, and lastly, to build mutual trust with consumers, governmental authorities, and business partners. The components of EMS are different from other component information system. EMS has four main components, which are environmental policy, planning, implementation and operation, and lastly checking. The first component is environmental policy. Environmental policy is any measure by the organization regarding the effects of human activities on the environment, particularly those measures that are designed to prevent or reduce harmful effects of human activities on ecosystem. Environmental policy are required because in organizational decision making, environmental values are usually not considered. In 1991, the Nestle Environment Policy was published to describe the global environmental strategy and to state the long-standing commitment to environmentally sound business practice. The implementation of the Nestle Environment Policy at all stages of activity is an essential component of the Nestle corporate business principle and helps it to commit to sustainable growth, addressing the needs of present without undermining the ability of future generations to fulfill their own needs. The second component is planning. Environmental management system planning contains organizations that identify environmental related elements of their business. When applying an EMS, the company must take action to agree with the required ISO 14001 elements. The ISO 14001 standard includes internal aspects of the business and does not require any public declaration of mandatory details. There are four elements in this area. First, environmental aspects, legal and other requirements, objective and targets, and lastly, environmental management programs. The third component is implementation and operation. The implementation and operation of an environmental management system is designed to ensure an organization's environmental policy, objective, and targets are achieved. Resource, responsibility, documentation, and operational control need to be taken into account for the EMS to function effectively. This area contains 7 elements. First, roles, authority and responsibility, training, awareness and competency, communication, EMS documentation, document control, operational control, and lastly, emergency preparedness and response. The last component is checking. Performance is monitored and regularly evaluated to ensure that the sustainability priorities and objectives of the company are fulfilled. This area contains 4 elements. First, monitoring and measurement opportunities, non-conformance and corrective and preventive action, records, and lastly, EMS audit. Next is information system activities. The Nestle Malaysia implements environmental management activities into their NEMS in order to manage the environmental performance. The activities are based on environmental minimum technical requirement, which set standards in the field. The fields are energy and air emission management, water management, solid waste integrated management, and lastly, packaging source reduction. First is energy and air emission management. As the Kyoto Protocol, of which Malaysia is signatory, comes into effect, energy management and emission minimization have become ever more essential for Nestle operation. Nestle has continued to reduce its energy consumption through energy efficiency program. Combined with improving energy quality, Nestle environmental effect has been further minimized by switching to cleaner fuels. Secondly, water management. Water management is Nestle's main priority. Water management practice, albeit with a more local impact, are no less important for Nestle programs in order to minimize the environmental impact of their operations. Nestle optimizing the wastewater treatment plant and reducing the water pressure at the point of consumption. Thirdly is integrated solid waste management. By using the integrated waste management approach, manufacturing output and source reduction are prioritized, followed by recovery or recycling. This system of management will ensure that their action and their dedication to not polluting the earth are maintained. Lastly is source reduction in packaging. Packaging plays an important role in Nestle production. It helps protect food products from spoilage and provides safety through storing, distribution and consumption from production. Nestle is committed to limiting the environmental effect of packaging. The objective of Nestle is to create safe and healthful packaged food using the most efficient and suitable packaging material available, while at the same time meeting the needs and specifications of consumers. Next is hardware and software configuration. There are two software used in IMS. Nestle use Opal and eCodex software tools in their organization. The first software is Opal. Nestle use Opal to help to lower the number of space unused on a pallet. Opal is used to access and recommend pallet layouts. Opal helps in the difficult task of finding an ideal layout, especially when there are multiple products involved. By using Opal, the number of pallets used was decreased. This includes reducing the number of vehicles journeys and improving the use of warehouse and other logistic facilities. The second software is eCodex. Nestle has begun carrying out an eco-design framework called eCodex, a multi-criteria eco-design tool that includes all packaging and ingredients that can be applied to all product types to allow the life cycle evaluation process faster, more effective and accessible to any product production project. eCodex analyzes multiple scenarios across a variety of environmental factors, including water, greenhouse gas emission, and non-renewable energies and minerals.
For the strength of information system, the first one is efficient track record via mergers and acquisition to combine complementary business. Over the past few years, it has successfully incorporated a range of technology companies to streamline its activities and create a secure supply chain. The second one is Nestle is deeply committed to corporate social responsibility regarding long-term dedication, never sacrificed for short-term success. The third one is Nestle has a well-established information technology IT system that ensures efficiency in its internal and external operations. For the weaknesses of information system, the first one is more investment in new technology is required. Given the size of growth and various geographies the business is looking to grow into, Nestle needs to invest more capital in technology to automate the process across the board. Investing in technology right now is not achieving in the standard with the company's vision. The second one is recognizing the need for continuity and quality within the global supply chain of the organization in the process found. International norms require a need for standardization, but this must be balanced with the strategic need of the organization to adapt to various cultural environments. And the third one is not so well for the prediction of product demand, contributing to a higher rate of missed opportunities relative to its rival. One of the reasons why the inventory of days is high relative to its rival is that Nestle is not very good at demand forecasting, so it ends up holding higher in-house and channel inventory.
The opportunities of Nestle Environmental Management System (NEMS) is enhancing environmental awareness and support, changing consumer preferences, increase the added value of the items, promotes energy consumption and reduction in pollution, and lastly promotes the implementation of technologies for the environment. Meanwhile, for the threats of NEMS, decreasing real appetite for industry and profitability, strictly improve the environmental sustainability of government or industry. The third is more services are required for deployment, staff, training and consultation, restrictive policies by the government or industry, and lastly, environmental standards for clients can surpass ISO 14001.
Based on the system that Nestle use, which is Nestle Environmental Management System, for keep going forward, all Nestle factories should be accredited with ISO 14001 and should continue to achieve and exceed all KPI as said. Nestle Malaysia Berhad also should continuously promote of using their original product, since there are a lot of artificial products out here which give high competition to their products. And for the last recommendation is Nestle should do promote more about their activities and strategies to the communities, because have the less percentage of public concern and know what Nestle did about environment and rural development. In conclusion, Nestle Malaysia Berhad is a pretty impressive company with great financial track record over the last decade and have a solid management team. It doesn't take a genius to know that Nestle Malaysia stock is an arguably great investment. This company also has a strong marketing strategies to come up with in a competitive market and has a target all of its customers no matter they are of what age. And Nestle has been performing very well in comparison with competitors domestically.